dami nating disclaimer para sabihin na hindi po kami katas.
Yeah. Kakat ba natin to?
That's the common view about OFWs, no?
yeah.
Na unlimited yung,
Kaya nga.
yung financial resources nila. Parang gano'n.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, hindi po yung totoo.
Parang di naman to, no? Applicable sa'yo.
Uy, grabe siya. ATM? ATM nga, nawawalan ng pera eh.
I was discussing this with my friends. Sabi ko, paano nila nagagawa na nag-aaway sila sa office, paglabas, best friends sila? Sabi ko sa atin, hindi. Dadamdamin natin yun hanggang habang buhay.
Actually, doon mo lang din marirealize na, ay, ano din pala yung sa mga Pinoy, masyado tayong sensitive.
Sensitive.
Di ba? Kaya sabi ko, I learned to somehow separate my professional and my personal life. It's very important. It's very important. You asked the wrong person again.
Okay. Pasok ako sa office and there's this two guy, I think the security something, malapit sa pinapasokan ko. Nag-aaway sila. And I remember vividly sabi ng isang guy sa akin, you know what? If you have a problem with me, you talk to me and we settle it. I'm spending 8 hours with you and I'm spending more time with you more than my family. And I don't want us to live like this for the next few years na magkaaway tayo. And sabi ko nga, so it makes so much sense to me that it's important that you're living in a surrounding that you don't feel like you're being threatened and may protection and peace.
But to see not just the quantity of life,
Yes.
but the quality of life.
Yes.
So, hindi lang importante kung mataas kayo sinusweldo mo pero wala ka ng buhay outside your work.
Yeah.
Or everyday yung boss mo ninanag ka and ganyan. Tapos your boss, masama yung ugali sa'yo and all. Parang it doesn't, sabi mo nga, if it costs your peace,
Yeah,
it's very
costly.
expensive.
Everyone, welcome to Bienterview. I'm your host, Bien, and this is the podcast where we explore all the things that you and I may be curious about. I'm also sharing what I've learned from my own experiences, the good, the bad, and everything in between. Plus some insights from the podcasts I've listened to, videos I've watched, books I've read, and amazing people I've met along the way. So join me each week for actionable strategies, a little fun, and some dose of encouragement. So let's dive in this episode of the Bienterview. In our first episode, I talked to Zen Galban or Ted, an overseas Filipino worker based in Singapore for more than 16 years now. Actually, we recorded this a year ago. A graduate of UP Diliman, Zen is working as a legal secretary in Singapore. Fun fact about her, she loves traveling, specifically to South Korea. She's been there a lot of times, visiting all those kdrama locations, and recently because of the kdrama Queen of Tears. She's also a big fan of BTS, so come on Army! In this video, we talk about our life living in Singapore, why we chose Singapore, common issues that we face as an RFW like guilt of leaving the family, loneliness, communication barrier, cultural differences, work culture, and those hardship and pain of working overseas. Actually, we do have a lot more in the second part. So if you are an OFW or planning and aspiring to be one, this video is definitely for you. If you're not, you can still tune in to understand OFW life in this video.
Thank you, Bien, for having me once again. Wow.
It's been a while. And last time we have discussed about travel, the essentials of travel. And now, we're going to talk about the life of an OFW.
Who would have known, di ba? After that, naging pandemic, nag-stop yung traveling.
Sobra.
Parang wow.
Kaya nga, before you working here as an OFW or as a overseas Filipino worker, what's your idea about an OFW? Nung bata ka, may mga relatives ka bang OFW?
Oo, kasi yung tatay ko, for quite some time naging OFW din siya. Pero unfortunately, he was an undocumented OFW in France. So
Ilang years siya doon?
6 years.
6 years.
Pero nung binata siya, I heard nag-Saudi din siya. Tapos nung grade school ako, he was in Guam for 10 months.
Okay.
So, syempre yung yung initial or yung parang iniisip mo pa na, ay, ang pag-OFW ka, you will earn a lot, di ba? Parang gano'n. Yung parang feel, kasi syempre conversion-wise, malaki talaga yung difference. Parang, yun yung parang, ay, makakaangat-angat na tayo sa buhay kapag naging OFW ako. And all our dreams will come into life, into reality. Pag, ayun, kasi syempre, pag may pera ka, it's easier for you to fulfill your dreams, basically.
Yeah, sobra. So that's your viewpoint of an OFW before. Okay, ako naman, wala akong first-hand experience within my own family. Ay, mga auntie ko pala, they work as an OFW. And similar to you, maharamdam ko every time umuwi sila, is like, wow, big time to mga kasama to. Manilibre sila, punta kami ng duty free. And the same time, yung mga balikbayan box, parang I look forward kapag may mga nagpapadala ng balikbayan box. Kasi may mga lola ko dati nagbibigay ng balikbayan box. So, I always see them as like super mayaman. So, sabi ko, siguro nung pag nag-OFW na ako, nung nagpunta na ako dito, inisip ko na, okay, maybe it will help elevate the life of the family.
I think that's the common view about OFWs, no? Na unlimited yung financial resources nila. Parang gano'n. Yes. Well, hindi po yung totoo.
Parang di naman ito, no? Applicable sa'yo.
Uy, grabe siya. ATM nga, nawawalan ng pera eh. Okay, yun lang.
My first question is, why of all the countries on earth, like your dad, sorry mo nag-French or Saudi, why did you choose Singapore?
Okay, Singapore first came into my mind. The idea was from Ate Lala.
Lala, oh yeah.
Ko siya. I clearly remember, it was my college graduation. Tapos, nandun siya nung party, parang gano'n, nung handaan. And she was about to go to Singapore.
Okay.
Para mag-work. So parang sabi niya, pupunta nga siya ng Singapore, baka ikaw. Binigay niya sa akin yung idea. So actually, siguro ngayon ko lang parang na-realize ko na nandito ako. Somehow, siya yung nag-put ng seed sa heart ko. And all the while, parang yun na yung goal ko. I will just work in the Philippines for a while to gain some experience. And then, pupunta din ako ng Singapore. Why Singapore? First, it's near the Philippines.
Yes.
Diba? Tapos parang same time zone. Feeling ko hindi ako masyadong mag-a-adjust. And then people here can speak good English. Command ng English nila, okay lang, diba?
Di mo kailangan mag-aral ng ibang lingwahe just for you to live.
Tapos, yun nga, may direct flight ako from Clark to Singapore. So, inisip ko parang in case of emergency, if I just need to go back to the Philippines over the weekend, pwede. Hindi ganun kamahal yung pamasahe. Especially, my parents are getting old.
Yes.
So, any emergency or hindi man sa kanila or basta within family, parang madali.
It's not just emergency, even mga occasions,
special occasions,
birthdays.
It's much easier and mas mura pa masahe. Kapag nagkataon, makakakuha ng seat sale, mura lang. So yun yung And during that time, yung conversion is $30, 30 pesos.
30 lang?
30 pesos to $1.
Oh my, and now it's 41. Kung nag-save ka lahat ng $6, grabe, kumita na ng almost
yung yun yung ko, parang okay, kaya pinili ko din yung Singapore. And somehow, alam ko nandito na si Ate Lala nung time.
Yeah. So may certain sense of, okay, medyo okay ako dyan kasi someone will take care of me.
May kamag-anak ako, gano'n.
I see, yeah. Ako naman, during that time kasi, ang dami ko ng classmate na nagpunta dito, way back 2013. And pakaramdam ko, mga 10 lang din. So sabi ko, okay, maybe it's time to take that risk na try ko munang maghanap ng work dito. And sure enough, sobrang madaling makahanap ng work during that time. And similar to you, na-enjoy ko na dito kasi ang dali ng buhay, at the same time, madali ka nang makauwi. I think yung pag-uwi sa Pinas yung pinaka main advantage niya among all those countries.
Correct.
And also, security, safety, pwede mo iwanan yung phone mo na hindi ka mag-worry na mananakaw and everything like that.
Correct.
So, yeah, super napamahal rin sa akin Singapore lahat. As we continue, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon, kanina ginugol ko yung mga bagay, karaniwang pinagdadaanan ng mga OFWs, the good and the bad. So kanina may mga na-research ako, like, what are those things ba? na common na nagiging struggle ng mga OFW. But before we go to the struggle, gusto mo muna malaman, ano sa tingin mo yung best part of being an OFW?
You'll be able to provide financially to your family. I think that was the main goal din naman.
Yes.
Bakit ako pumunta ng Singapore? Kasi during that time, I told you, yung tatay ko nag-work siya sa France and documented siya doon. So, from what I know, na ano siya in 2008, he got caught, if I'm not mistaken. So, he was forced to go back to the Philippines. So ako, as the eldest in the family, and ako pa lang yung nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral that time, of course, my father was ilang taon na noon. I think he was 58 that time. So parang ba siya mag-work sa Pilipinas, di ba?
Yeah.
So basically, I had no choice but to step up and take the responsibility of being the breadwinner. But I don't take, just to be clear po, I never taken that, I've never taken against them. It's wholeheartedly willing akong to step up. So basically, it's because I was able to provide for my family, ganyan. And the main goal also is to give them a comfortable life, di ba? Parang yun naman yung yun talaga siya. Huwag na tayo magplastikan. Not because of career growth or whatsoever. But basically, it's because of the financial gains talaga siya.
Yeah. Whenever I ask this to some of my friends, like, bakit ka nagpunta dito? I always ask them, like, there should be two reasons. Like, first is career growth and second is finances. If career growth yung main goal mo, I always suggest them to just go back sa Pinas. Because you can achieve it there. Pero if finances yung issue, then that's the perfect reason why you are here. And kaya sabi mo tama, hindi na kailangan magpa-plastic. The salary is really way.
Dati siguro times 30 siya agad, di ba? Yeah. Pero, ang hindi natin nakikita actually doon, sige syempre that's the main advantage. Pero siguro you'll go here din yung cons niya.
Yes.
Is mataas din pala yung standard of living.
Yeah,
yung cost
sobrang
of
mahal.
Oo. So parang yun ang hindi mo ma-anticipate. Kala mo yung cost of living dito, Pinas level lang. But no.
Yes.
So mataas nga yung sweldo mo compared sa mga nagtatrabaho sa Pinas. Pero yung cost of living mo, mataas din. Yun, Yun.
Yeah, ako naman, the reason why lumipat ako dito is because during that time, yung mom ko inoperahan. And I remember vividly, I was traveling with some of my friends. Nag-island hopping kami sa El Nido. And sabi ko, you know what? Na-enjoy ko na sa Pinas. Sobrang, I feel like I'm here for my family. Kasama ko sila. Okay naman ako eh. But then, kinain ko yung sinabi ko. Sabi ko, parang sobrang idealistic pala nung ideas ko during that time. Because nung dumating na nga yung financial burden, lalo na when it comes to the medical expenses, doon ko na-realize na pang-binata lang pala talaga yung sahod ko. Hindi siya makakabuhay ng pamilya or worse yung pang-emergency, hindi talaga enough. So parang it was, parang naging blessing in disguise then because it pushed me to move here and to take that risk. Sabi ko siguro during that time, kung walang financial obligation, sumuko kagad ako sa Singapore ng first 3 months na sobrang traumatic sa akin yung job. But then nga, parang may purpose talaga why everything happens. So now, let's deal with the issues. Alright, the first issue is, they have that guilt of leaving your families behind.
Guilt? No. Honestly, hindi. Wala akong guilt na, kasi you have their goal eh. Na you know if you work here, mas ma-fulfill mo yung goals mo for your family.
Okay.
And it's for the good.
Okay.
Alam mo yun, kung if I would stay in the Philippines, walang mangyayari. Sabi mo nga yung sweldo doon, hindi siya pwedeng sumustento sa isang pamilya. Siguro pang sa akin, okay lang, di ba? So wala akong guilt kasi, alam mo yung parang yung intention ko naman is for them, not for myself.
Yes.
So yun, wala akong guilt.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good, that's good.
Pero, syempre, hindi siya guilt eh. More on, nalulungkot ka. Alam mo yun? Kasi, hindi mo alam kailan ka, may mga ganun eh. Kasi siyempre, hindi naman lahat agad-agad makaka-uwi or what, diba? Yun siguro, malungkot ka kasi you'll be away. And just to let you know, parang kasi, nag-college ako sa Manila. So, I've been away from my family din. So, parang, hindi na siya
something
new
yeah.
to me. Kung aalis man ako ng Pilipinas. Kasi during college, hiwalay din ako sa kanila. Pero yung siguro nakakasad lang kasi kababalik lang ng tatay ko after 6 years of being away, then ako naman yung aalis. Yun lang yun. Parang wow, kung kailan na kumpleto yung pamilya, tapos biglang ako naman yung kailangan umalis. Siguro more on that lang.
Yeah. For me, the guilt part, hindi din masyado. Siguro because of the proximity nga ng Pilipinas sa Singapore, anytime pwede tayong umuwi, feel like kailangan natin umattend sa mga birthdays, hindi siya ganun kahirap gawin. But I think for other countries na sobrang layo, I think sobrang nararamdaman nila yung guilt na yun. Like, I'm away from my family. Lalo siguro mga pamilyado. You have a child, you have a wife. Sobrang ramdam siguro nila. But the good thing about now is like the technology is so much okay. Like yung internet, nakakapag-video call sila anytime. Unlike nung sinunang panahon na kailangan sumulat, magpadala ng video.
Voice tape.
Voice tape, di ba? Sobrang hirap. But thank God to technology, somehow, medyo okay na siya. So hindi na siya sobrang nakaka-guilty. For me, merong part ng guilt. Naalala ko yung sabi ng isa kong auntie, nag-comment siya sa isang post ko. It's like, there's so much brain drain na nangyayari because most of the OFWs who are somehow technically okay is nawawala lahat sa Pinas. Yeah, sabi ko, nga, no? Siguro, if we can just stay there and paid accordingly and live a life na okay, siguro we'll stay there. Pero yun nga, I mean, hirap din.
I mean, we're just being realistic.
Yes.
Alam mo yung, of course, who wouldn't want to serve your own country?
Yes, yeah.
Lalo na ako kasi parang nung college ako, parang scholar ako.
Scholar,
diba?
yeah. I need to give back. Yeah. Ay, mga state U ako rin. State U.
Nga, diba? Pero
yeah.
I remember yung, sino yung speaker namin during our college graduation, sinabi niya nga, you have to give back to the society, to the country, ganyan-ganyan. Actually, diniscourage na kami maging OFW. But the thing is, I have my personal reasons naman, di ba?
Yes.
Na, because I want to have my family to have a better and comfortable life. So, parang, yun.
Hirap, no? Yeah. I remember there's this video na nag-viral recently, like parang oath-taking ng mga nurses. Then the guest speakers asked like, sino dito yung mga balak na mag-abroad? And sadly, ang daming nagtaasa lang kamay because how would you prevent those nurses to think of moving elsewhere, moving abroad if yung salary is sobrang laki ng difference sa Pinas. But I do salute and I have those high respect sa mga colleague natin or sa mga kakilala natin na nagstay pa rin sa Pinas.
I mean,
it's a hard decision.
If I have lived a privileged life,
yeah,
why not? Diba? Why not stay?
Yes. Basta na-inborn yung kayamanan natin.
Unfortunately, hindi po ako galing sa...
OFW yung nakaipon lang tayo.
Yun, diba? Siguro, we have our reasons naman. Naintindihan ng mother ng ating inang bayan yun. Inang bayan tayo.
Yeah, we are bagong bayani.
Wow.
Somehow, yeah. Di ba tawag ganyan?
Contribute naman po ako sa economy ng Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Pinapadala ko.
Sa GDP.
Ginagamit sa...
The second one is like loneliness. So as an OFW, you've been working here for 15 years. Dumating ba sa point na naramdaman mo that nalulungkot ka?
Of course.
You feel so lonely na, bakit ako nandito?
Oo naman. Yung parang bakit ko ba ginagawa to sa sarili ko? Pwede namang hindi. Parang ganon. Pero, anong tawag dito? Siguro yung main reason kung bakit nadadivert ko yung loneliness na yun. Because I joined the community, single Catholic community here in Singapore, na somehow, sila yung, hindi naman entertainment, pero alam mo yung parang nag-ease ng kung ano man yung nararamdaman kong loneliness. Kasi bata lang talaga din ako, 10 years old nga nung pumunta dito. So alam mo yun na I was, sabi ko nga actually, yung ano ko dito is, I was looking for a job. I thought I was just looking for a job when I came to Singapore. But actually, I found God. I built a personal relationship with God. Yun pala talaga din yung purpose ko ng pagpunta dito.
You'll never know it.
And sa totoo lang hindi ito pagiging self-righteous or parang, masyadong religyoso or what. Pero if you build a personal relationship with God through prayers, maano niya yung loneliness mo eh. Alam mo yun, ma-overcome mo yung loneliness mo. Sa totoo lang. Kasi you will feel reassured
Yes.
na yung hard work mo is not being put into vain. That God is there to provide and to guide you all the way. Sa totoo lang,
Amen.
yun yung ano ko, na buti na lang na-meet ko itong mga people na to who led me closer to God. And because of that, yung mga negative emotions or feelings mo, nako-convert siya into something of more comfort and reassurance from the
Oh,
Lord.
that's good.
Yun yung ano.
I think same with me. Ang dami similarities.
Kaya ka siya.
Like ako, I don't know, siguro because of my personality na medyo extroverted na, lalo na ngayon, I don't find it hard to connect with someone else or to find a certain belongingness. And same with you, meron din ako certain community here, like yung live group ko na lagi kong pinopost every Wednesday, na I do find them as my anchor. Sabi nga siguro, wala akong with or without energy with other people because I know na meron akong babalikang grupo or family dito sa Singapore. That's why it's a lot easier for me to connect with someone else's. So when it comes to the loneliness part, somehow, same with you, hindi ko siya masyadong nararamdaman because I do feel that I have someone who I can talk to kapag stress na stress ako sa office. I do feel like I'm significant. I feel belong sa community ko. So, yeah,
Diba?
I think that's a good thing about community. But I do understand also that for others, it's a lot harder. Like may mga kakilala ko dito na sobrang introverted and they sometimes, ang setup nila is work, bahay, and wala sila ibang community. And they really experience those.
Actually,
Mahirap.
ano yun mahirap yun. First, I understand kasi introverted talaga.
Which is hindi talaga halata.
Hindi, introverted talaga ako. Parang feeling ko yung parang kasi sabi ko nga I tend na bahay work lang talaga ako.
Yes.
So talagang pag ganun, nararamdaman mo yung not just loneliness but aloneness kung
Aloneness.
yeah, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi pero kung if you have people who are praying for you, who are there na pwede mong pagsabihan nga when you're stressed out, ganyan, it will really ease your negative emotions eh.
Yeah.
Parang, at saka yung loneliness eh. Yun din, yung good thing, we have technology nowadays, na nakakausap mo na yung family mo kahit anong oras.
Anytime.
So, yung pag malulungkot ka kasi namimiss mo sila, kausapin mo lang sila, di ba? Parang, yun yung ano din.
I was discussing this with a friend. Sabi ko, I made a routine with my mom kung anong oras ko siya tatawagan every day.
Ako
So
din.
parang like ako, tumatawag ako sa kanya 6 p.m. every day, kung except Monday and Wednesday. Kasi alam niya na yun yung tawag ko. And we get so used to it. So tinatanong ng mga friend ko, so ano pinag-usapan nyo? Wala, just random things.
para
Like anong
tayo.
kinakain mo, at nag-dinner ka na
Para
ba?
tayo. Ako
Ano
after
yung
work.
chismis sa Pinas?
After work, pag weekdays and weekends, depende pag ano lang. Kasi merong, ngayon, may CCTV sa bahay. So you can also speak through CCTV, di ba?
Oh,
May ganun
parang
kami.
Big Brother
Oo,
ka.
parang Big Brother. So
Okay.
nakikita ko sila. Kapag may gusto akong parang, anong ginagawa nila, tatawag ako. Parang ganun. So, pero yung ano ko, default is every after work.
After work, same.
Tumatawag talaga ako. So,
I think it's good eh. Yeah.
Wala kami pinag-uusapan.
Yeah.
Minsan, wala lang, tahimik kami pero alam mo yung, you're just being reassured na nandun sila.
Yeah.
Ganyan. Tapos parang kasama mo na din sila kahit through phone lang.
Yeah.
Parang ganun.
I think that's the most that we can do. And I think it's good also. At least alam nung mom mo na may tumatawag. Yeah, not everyone has that
Tay,
child.
buhay pa ako.
Yeah. Agree.
Ganun.
When you started working here, nagkaroon ka ba ng issue when it comes to communication, language barrier, cultural differences?
Language
What's the
barrier.
hardest part about those issues?
Language barrier, oo. Kasi
Okay.
nag-English sila, pero iba yung English kasi nila.
Singlish.
No bashing no bashing
Yeah.
Kasi meron din silang accent. May accent din naman
Tayo.
din tayong mga Pilipino,
Yes.
di ba? Na feeling ko hindi din nila naintindihan. So we have to get used to their accent. To the point na pati ikaw, ganun na din dapat yung accent mo para maintindihan ka din
So you
nila.
adjusted to their accent?
Yeah, ngayon na naiintindihan nakapag-adjust na ako fully naman. 15 years na ako dito. Diba? Dapat nakapag-adjust naman
Yeah.
ako. So yun siguro, lang yung
Cultural differences.
Cultural differences, parang hindi. Kasi good thing about Singapore, they're multi-racial
Racial. So, they're very respectful about
Yes.
other culture.
So, alam mo yung parang may Chinese, may Malay, may Indian, and all other nationalities. So, they respect everyone, sabi mo nga. Parang ganun. So, sa culture, hindi masyado. Kasi sa Pilipinas, aminin naman natin, very regionalistic din tayo mga Pilipino.
Yeah.
So, you'll get to use to different languages,
Yes.
different cultures ng bawat probinsya.
Yes,
Alam mo yun.
agree,
So, parang
agree.
ganun lang din dito. It's just that, they speak also, parang, ano ba yung major adjustment ko? Siguro, ay, no bashing again baka mabash ako. Natakot ako.
Hindi ko ilalagay yung IG mo.
Hindi, baka siguro, minsan culture shock ka in a sense na, iba kasi din tayo na mga Pilipino when it comes to talking to people.
Okay.
Feeling ko kasi yung mga taga dito, they're more, somehow straightforward,
Exactly.
na parang gano'n na, sometimes they don't mean to be mean, pero that's how it registers on you.
Sa'yo. Pero normal lang sa
Pero
kanila
that's normal.
yun.
They don't mean to be mean. Parang
Yeah.
ganon.
Yeah.
Pero yung tono nila, yung nila, parang, nakaka-hurt ka naman.
Sobra.
Ganun. Pero over the years, you'll learn na, ay, hindi naman pala. Ganun lang talaga sila. Parang ganyan. Yun lang
I was
siguro.
discussing this with my friends. Sabi ko, paano nila nagagawa na nag-aaway sila sa office, paglabas, best friends sila? Sabi ko sa atin, hindi. Dadamdamin natin yun hanggang habang buhay.
Actually, doon mo lang din marirealize na, ay, din pala yung sa mga Pinoy, masyado tayong sensitive.
Sensitive.
Di ba? Kaya sabi ko, I learned to somehow separate my professional and my personal life. It's very important. It's very important.
Yeah. Ako naman, I think same din sa'yo. The first 3 months or 6 months was the hardest. Like adjustment when it comes to communication. Hirap akong intindihin yung English nila. Lalo na yung mga matatandang Singaporean or taga dito. It's like,
Ulit-ulitin mo.
ulit-ulit. To the point na pinapasulat ko na sa kanila. And not just sa mga Singaporean, even sa mga Singaporean Indian or sa Burmese, alam mga Myanmar, or sometimes ang hirap intindihin until such time na masasanay na yung tenga mo na
Tenga yung mag-adjust.
alam mo na kagad yung sinasabi nila kahit kahit konti pa lang yung sinasabi. And also same sa yung work style nga nila, very straightforward. Sabi nga ako sa atin, may problema ka, memo yung marireceive mo sa HR. Dito, sabi ka, you're so something. Ganun. And same with you. Dati, proud na ako sa Filipino-American accent natin na kailangan may slang and very grammatically correct. But when nagpunta na ako dito, sabi ko, wala lang pa alam sa grammar ko, basta maintindihan nila.
Importante, nagkakaintindihan.
Importante, nagkakaintindihan. And that's the purpose of language, para magkaintindihan kayo. So now, siguro nga sa tagal na rin natin, we become more comfortable talking with them.
Correct.
Yeah. Then cultural, I think, meron din mga cultural differences. Like, na-curious ako on how they do things here. Like, since ang dami nga mga festivities like that, sa ating Christmas lang It's Christmas and like Good Friday. Dito parang, oh wow, like yung lohe nga na kwento. Same experience in different mga culture, activities and festivities.
But it's good to know, di ba?
It's good to know. Parang na-open talaga yung mindset mo on how big the world is.
Correct.
So, what's your idea about working here as an OFW? Like, have you experienced hardship, abuse, or something like that?
What?
Yeah.
Abuse?
And what do you do for a work pala? For living here?
I'm a legal secretary. Secretary?
Wow.
Di ba? Secretary? Ganun siya. I work in a law firm. So, basically, secretary ako ng isang lawyer.
Yeah.
Under conveyancing real estate. So, dito kasi, hindi ka pwedeng bumili or magbenta ng property without engaging lawyers. So, middleman kami, kumbaga.
Magbenta or bumili or both?
Both.
Alright.
Benta, bili, hindi pwedeng direct
Alright.
sa seller and buyer. Hindi pwede yun. So, may lawyers na mag-act for you. So, of course, to protect your interest then and all. So, yun yung basic. I've been doing it for the past 15 years. Been in this industry for the past 15 years. So, yun. Struggles at work, it can be really so stressful. Kasi somehow may customer service na nakasama. Kasi you have to talk to clients, reply to their queries and all. And sometimes yung work mo, volumes eh.
Yeah.
Talagang minsan, dagsaan, ano ba, yung daming bumili, daming ang yaman
Yes.
ng mga tao, ganun. So, yun, it can really be stressful. But, I always tell this and I've been honest about it. I really don't like my work. Wow. I really don't like my work. My boss knows this. Sinabi ko sa kanya yun. But, parang kasi nung time na nagsimula ako, I have no choice. By the way, it took me 5 months to find a job that time. Kasi, that was recession eh, nung pumunta ako
Wow,
dito.
2008.
2009, early
shucks.
2009. So it was recession, so it was difficult to find a job. And ito yung first na, hindi siya first, pero yung una kasi parang ano siya, shifting hours, parang sa sales, ayoko, parang ang arte ko pa. Ito, at least parang regular hours, office, so ito yung pinili ko. Sobrang baba lang ng sweldo ko nun. Ever since, nasa industry na akong to. So hindi ko siya nagustuhan kasi it can be really stressful and it's not something that parang pinangarap kong gawin.
Yes.
But so far, sabi nila, yes, modesty aside, ano daw, parang I'm good at my work. Hindi naman ako, kaya tumagal siguro din ako ng 15 years.
Yes.
I'm good at my work, so it's something na parang pinanindigan ko na lang. Alam mo yun, kasi I believe naman na, I really believe that this job is a blessing from God.
Yes.
In every blessing, I have to be, alam mo yun, ano ko nga eh, parang nabasa ko nga na, parang don't work para, alam mo yun, mapuri ka or mataas. Siyempre, basically yun. Pero yung secondary na lang siguro yun. Pero dahil you want to excel at work because you're serving God through your work.
Okay.
So yun yung
That's a good
parang,
motivation.
Yun yung na-imbibe ko na I don't like my work but this is a blessing from God and I have to excel at my work because this is a gift from Him.
You're referring to the first job, right?
No, lahat ng
job.
to.
On the
Lahat,
job.
until now. Until
Okay.
now. Parang it's a blessing from Him na because of this blessing, I am able to provide for my family. I'm able to
Sobra.
to buy now what I want, hindi lang what I need.
Yes.
So, parang alam mo yon na it can be very stressful, but at the same time, it pays you good money. Yun naman talaga yung di ba? It pays you good
Yes.
money. And bonus na lang kapag mabait yung boss mo, mabait yung mga colleagues mo. Parang ngayon naman na ganun, mabait naman yung mga bosses in general, at saka mga colleagues in general. So yun yung main motivation ko. And now, my role in the company, in handling a team, alam mo ngayon kung na-realize na sabi ko, ay, ang tagal kasi akong parang niligawan for this role. Kasi ayoko na parang, mag-handle ako ng tao, dami-dami ko ng problema.
Dagdag na naman.
Ganun talaga. Pero na-realize ko, somehow, it's fulfilling.
Yeah.
When you see these people grow, parang at saka yung learn talaga, and makikita mo yung, alam mo yung, it's also a humbling experience, na kala mo, sila lang yung may natututunan sa'yo, pero at the same
but
time,
you're also learning
ikaw,
from them.
you learn from them, kasi yung parang, from someone who's new at in this industry, parang basta may matukuha ka sa kanila, wow, parang napaka-hardworking naman ng bata talaga, ng taong to, ganyan, wow, very, siya, yung parang, ang gustong-gusto niya, makikita mo na gusto niyang matuto, na
Yes.
wow, yung parang may inspire ka din to do your job better. Parang gano'n, na mag-mentor sa kanila, parang gano'n. So, sabi ko nga, ito yung role na parang tinanggihan ko for quite a while. But somehow, it's fulfilling.
Oh, that's
Fulfilling
good.
pala.
Importante
Alam mo
yun.
oo. Stressful kasi may hinahawakan ka, but fulfilling siya when you see them getting the work done
And they're growing.
and they're growing. Ganyan, and they're growing. So, and at the same time, kasundo sila. It's parang yun yung ano ko. Ano ba yung question mo? Sorry, wala na ako.
Yeah, have you experienced like any abuse or something like that? Because I think so profession mo, somehow you're blessed that somehow it's good, but other OFW,
abuse,
they have experience like,
physically, no. I think mentally, syempre, meron.
Yeah,
Meron.
yes.
In a company, parang mahirap iwasan ng politics. There will always be politics. But the thing is, somehow, alam mo yung if you know that you're not doing anything wrong, bakit ka matatakot? Alam mo yun? Or parang bakit ka panghihinaan ng loob?
Yes.
Yung parang napagkwentuhan lang natin kanina off the record, di ba? Na at the end of the day, parang someone sees your worth despite and in spite the politics, ganyan. Then you only need one person to reassure you na you're doing a good job.
Yes.
And just be assured na yung one person na yun talagang dapat na parang big boss mo, yung makakita nun. And I'm blessed that I have a big boss na very kind, very generous, and very objective.
Objective.
Yun
That's
yung
good.
very
That's
objective.
important. Yeah.
Very, and willing to protect you because he knows your value and your worth.
That's good. That's important actually. I think more than the money and all those things, the trust of the company and the management is really
Correct.
important for you to stay because as you go along, lalo kung matagal ka na sa OFW, money is important. It counts, pero malaking bagay na may nagtitiwala sa iyo.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Parang yun yung as you parang matured in life, parang you have to see not just the quantity of life,
Yes.
but the quality of life.
Yes.
So, hindi lang importante kung mataas ngayon sinusweldo mo, pero wala ka ng buhay outside your work.
Yeah.
Or everyday yung boss mo ninanag ka and ganyan. Tapos your boss, masama yung ugali sa'yo and all. Parang it doesn't, sabi mo nga, if it costs your peace,
Yeah,
it's very
costly.
It's
Very
very
expensive.
So, yun. Akala nyo lang po mataas yung sweldo ko dahil 15 years na yun. May disclaimer.
Pero
But,
stressful po.
Yes. May kapalit po ang lahat. Char. Pero I'm blessed with my big boss. Big boss talaga.
Yeah. Okay, sa akin naman, I do work in the construction industry. I'm working as a quantity surveyor.
Okay.
I'm a civil engineer by profession. Hindi lang halata. Parang lahat nagugulat. Ay, civil engineer ka pala. Hindi ko alam. Yeah. For us, I do believe that most of the firm can be very challenging and stressful. Parang halos lahat ng kakilala ko dito, pag hindi sila naka-survive ng first 6 months, umuwi ng Pinas. And muntikan na ako ron, parang first 4 months ko sa una kong company, pinus ko yung mami ko. Sabi ko, mami, uwi na ako, hindi ko na talaga kaya. Pakaramdam ko, mababaliw na ako dito sa stress. Kasi nga, adjustment sa lahat, di ka mamintido yung boss mo, sinisigawan ka, you feel like you are so dull, like you're such an idiot. But then, after that, pag na-overcome mo lahat yon at napagtagumpayan mo lahat yon, and just trust in God, trust the process, you will realize na may greater purpose. Parang doon mo ma-experience na yung blessing na binibigay. So, yung mga kausap ko, sabi ko lang, bigyan nyo lang ng chance, give it like 6 months until such time na it's either mabago yung heart mo or daling ka sa a new position or new company that will give you that peace.
Totoo yun.
Yeah. And when it comes to peace, lagi yung sinasabi that it's important that you find a company that has a good work culture. Somehow, I'm blessed with that, na okay yung work culture. Because I remember there's this story, until now, sobra siya nag-stick sa akin. Papasok ako sa office, and there's this 2 guy, I think the security something, malapit sa pinapasokan ko. Nag-aaway sila, and I remember vividly sabi ng isang guy sa akin, you know what? If you have a problem with me, you talk to me and we settle it. I'm spending 8 hours with you and I'm spending more time with you more than my family. And I don't want us to live like this for the next few years na magkaaway tayo. And sabi ko nga, so it makes so much sense to me that it's important that you're living in a surrounding that you don't feel like you're being threatened and may protection and peace. But not everyone is in that condition and not everyone has that option to move away right ng biglaan. So, kaya nga din ako sa mga iba that they tend to stick, they tend to stay, and they tend to be very brave and courageous to overcome those struggles and
Hindi,
issues.
kasi I think that's normal naman in any workplace,
Yeah.
diba? Hindi, you cannot get everything.
The perfect, yeah.
Diba? Parang, ikaw lang yung anak ni Lord, hindi pwedeng ganon. Kasi siyempre may mga struggles din. Pero it's how you, yun nga, it's your
How you
perspective.
navigate, yeah. The perspective,
Parang,
yeah.
you will, parang i-gauge mo yung cons and pros,
Yes,
diba? Kung
yeah.
mas naninimbang na matimbang yung pros, diba? Parang,
Yes.
doon mag-stick ka sa work mo. Pero, yun nga, ang natutunan ko talaga in life, it's not about how much you get, but yun nga, yung parang the quality of life
Quality of life, sobra.
na ano mo doon, yung parang may life ka, kung everyday 10 o'clock ka umuwi, di ba?
Work-life balance.
Huwag na lang po. Parang gano'n. Uwi na po kasi feeling ko, yung ano mo din, pinaparusahan mo lang din yung sarili mo. Parang eventually, parang bibigay din yung katawan mo, yung utak mo because of that.
Yeah. And at the end, yung naipon mong pera, panggagamot mo lang.
Exactly.
It's not worth it.
Ang dami nating disclaimer para sabihin na hindi po kami kakasal.
Yeah. Kakat ba natin to?
Parang yun talaga. Yun lang po yung point namin. Di ba tayo susunod namin dito? Siblings the responsibility.
Yeah.
Alam mo dati, lagi humangan sa mga kapatid ko. Hindi lang ako ang anak ng mga magulang natin. Yung drama
Oh,
ko.
wow. May ganyan din na ulit, Tanya.
Hindi lang ako yung anak. Anak din kayo. Ganon.
That's one of the challenges ng dating here in Singapore. Everyone's so busy. If you're really not committed or invested into someone, it's really hard to continue the relationship.
That's why I told you, parang, I know God will always lead me to the place where He wants me to be.
Yeah.
So I just have to be at peace na kung nasan man ako ngayon, yun yung plan ni Lord sa buhay.
Yeah. Amen.
Yun yung ano ko. The best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come.
Yes.
Okay.
BTS song po yung Hindi. Feeling ko, other than the best is yet to come, it's like, yun nga, trust the process. Sabi ko, I appreciate low maintenance friends.
Yes.
Kasi I don't need to keep in touch with you every day. Pero
And kapag nakikita tayo, parang it's like yesterday.
where
lang.
we left off. Parang,
Yes.
di ba, dun tayo pa rin. Parang, nakakatuwa. I appreciate you, Bien, for initiating this na mag-catch up tayo. Wow, talagang talk show.
Yeah.